Hey guys, this is the CanadianBaconer, and in this video, we are going to be talking about PC versus console basically. Now I know for a fact that this topic has been covered so many times by who knows how many YouTubers, but I wanted to basically give my thoughts and opinions on this topic because it is a very relevant one, especially for the upcoming year with all of the games that we will be receiving like Star Wars Battlefront, Rainbow Six Siege, so on and so forth. Now basically what I've done is kind of narrowed it down to 3 possible benefits / negatives for both consoles. We do have functionality and graphics, prices, and overall casual versus hardcore experiences. So, stay tuned for the entire video because I'm going to go over all of my thoughts, and you guys can leave some comments down below in the comment section because I know for a fact that this video will spark some kind of controversy and people will not agree with everything that I do say in this video. So I recommend that you watch and comment as you watch to get the best experience possible. Now, the first reason or first kind of issue that I want to kind of touch on is people do say that you do have a lot more functionality as well as graphical capabilities. Now I'm going to put these hand in hand simply because with graphics comes different settings, and that's something that we don't really see on consoles. So right now PC does have the advantage when it comes to actually having different functionalities because you can customize any of the graphic settings to kind of get the best experience possible, and that's something that we don't really see on consoles too often. Battlefield 4 is actually a great example of a console game that goes ahead and gives you a crazy amount of customization in the actual settings. You can customize your HUD, colors, the size of everything, and what you actually want to see on your HUD, opposed to something like Call of Duty that only gives you a limited amount of options. I'm not trying to be biased towards Battlefield, but that's just a superb example actually right there. And now moving on to the second topic, I guess. People do say that PC gaming is technically cheaper than console gaming, and I kind of wanted to give my feedback on that because it's kind of a 50-50 thing right now, because we do have consoles, right? The average console game is usually sold between 40 and 60 American dollars. I'm sorry, I don't know about the conversion issues, but you guys probably understand if you guys are from Europe, for example. Now, the thing is, there are a lot of crazy PC sales on the Steam store every single day, and that kind of contributes to the whole idea of PC gaming technically being cheaper. But let's go back before you get any of the games or anything like that. Let's go back to day one, getting the PC itself. The average PC, people claim that you can have a decent PC for roughly $400 to $500, and I think that's a lie, honestly. If you want to get the best gaming experience, and why people claim that PC gaming is better solely because of graphics, you need a really good PC to actually handle all of the graphical capabilities in your game. Let's take for example, right? Let's say you want to enjoy a great game of Battlefield 4, right? You need a pretty beefy computer to actually consider or even think about running a PC version of Battlefield 4. And now the situation with consoles is that if you want to play the game, you can simply just play it because the game is specifically tailored to go within the boundaries of PS4 or Xbox One. So basically, all in all, you need a pretty decent computer to actually think about playing any of those games to get the best experience possible. Now, like I said before, you can customize the settings to get, 720p, 60 FPS, or whatever the situation might be, but it's just not going to be the same experience as you once wanted it to be on PS4 and Xbox One. Now, people will make the argument that, Xbox One only handles Battlefront at 720p and, PS4 does 900p, but considering how good the game actually looks for what you're paying for it, I think it's pretty much worth it in my opinion, and feel free to leave some, different suggestions and objections in the comment section below like I said before. And now moving on to the third topic. People do say that the majority of casual players do play on console, and I think that's a lie entirely. People will say that games like Counter-Strike and Dota 2 and League of Legends all revolve around this whole competitive and hardcore gaming scene. I think that's really a lie altogether. Now, we do have the majority of people actually playing console games, and they would be what people consider casual gamers, and I think that's kind of a misconception really, because like I said before, the majority of people do play their games on consoles, and I don't think it's necessarily being casual. Like, we do have esports that are kind of revolving around consoles now. We do have Call of Duty, which is obviously on consoles, and we do have all of these big esport events that revolve around consoles rather than PC. Another good example would be fighting games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. All these are really popular games on the competitive side of things, and I think that's a great example right there. Now, people will argue that Counter-Strike and MOBA games like League of Legends and Dota make up the majority of this whole competitive scene, but that can be debated in the comment section below. Now, is the casual gamer someone that just is bad at the game and just doesn't spend enough time into it, or is the casual player just someone who plays the game, is pretty decent at it, but does not spend a lot of hours? So that's not necessarily saying that they're bad at the game, they don't put enough time as someone as a hardcore player would. Now, I feel like the lines between hardcore and casual have kind of been grayed out and there's no real definition at this point, but I don't feel like console players should be specifically categorized as casual, because that's obviously not true, and it is apparent that it's not true in a lot of these fighting games like I mentioned before. But yeah, hopefully you got a decent understanding of my opinions on PC versus console, and if you have any, disputes or anything like that, feel free to leave your ideas in the comment section below, because I can only imagine that people will not agree with everything that I talked about in this video, so it's always nice to leave some feedback, and it's always awesome for the channel to see that you guys are kind of intertwined in this whole thing. So leave your thoughts and questions down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for checking out this video as always, and this has been the Canadian Baconer. Stay crispy, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.